In 9.4, we are simplifying rational expressions. A rational expression is in simplified form when its numerator and denominator are polynomials that have no common divisors. What that means is that there is nothing left to cancel. Now we need to talk about canceling because some of us, many of us, do not do it correctly. You can only, sorry, having some trouble with my pen, can only cancel factors. Now what is a factor? It's part of a multiplication problem. Okay, so it has to be something being multiplied. So like here, this x is not a factor because it is not being multiplied, it is being subtracted. So we cannot cancel these two x's because this one is not a factor. So this is simplest form. Here, there's nothing common. This factor does not match this one. This is a whole factor right here. So nothing can be canceled. Here's some examples of not simplest form. X squared is the same thing as x times x. So this x is a factor. We can cancel it with the top, and we'd be left with 1 over x. What's unsimplified about this is there's a fraction within a fraction. We need to put the two denominators together, and then we could multiply that out. Here, our x minus 3's match. These are factors because between the whole thing and what's in front of it is multiplication. So we can cancel this factor with this factor, and the simplified version would be 2 over 3. So we can simplify rational expressions by dividing out common factors. The name of the game today is to factor. That is what we need to do. So I hope you remember how to do it. Told you we're going to use this a lot of times. So that's what we're doing today. We are factoring. Let's start by factoring the top. So we're trying to factor x squared plus 10x plus 25. Use our big X here. What goes on top? A times C, which is 25, and B goes in the middle, which is 10, or down below. So what two numbers multiply to get 25, add to get 10? Well, 5 and 5. So put those over the A value, which is 1. Can you reduce those any? No, so put an X in there. And our factors for the top are x plus 5 and x plus 5. If you need a review of factoring, go back to chapter 5. That's where we did it. I think it was 5.4. That may not be exact, but I think it is. Now we need to do the same thing for our denominator. So I'm going to do x squared plus 9x plus 20. What goes in the top of our big X? 1 times 20 is 20, and the bottom is 9. What multiplies to get 20 and adds to get 9? 4 and 5. So bring those over here. We'll get 4 over 1 and 5 over 1. Can't reduce those any. So we can put our x in, and our factors for the denominator are x plus 4 and x plus 5. So let's simplify now. We have two factors on the top and two factors on the bottom. Do any of them match? Yes, we can cancel one of the x plus 5's on the top with the x plus 5 on the bottom. So our simplified form is x plus 5 over x plus 4. So we did this. We simplified. Now we have to state any restrictions on the variable, meaning what can x not be. So we need to find, here's my little hint to tell you what to do, points of discontinuity from the original equation. So anything that was originally in the denominator here, we need to say that that cannot equal 0. So x plus 4 cannot equal 0, and x plus 5 cannot equal 0. Move the 4 over, x cannot equal negative 4. Move the 5 over, x cannot equal negative 5. So, there's our total answer. X plus 5 divided by x plus 4, where x cannot be negative 4 or negative 5. Follow the exact same methods for the next one. So I'm going to start with my numerator. 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. Do my big X. In the top is a times c, so that gives us negative 4. In the bottom, we have our b term, which is negative 3. So numbers that need to multiply to get negative 4, add to get negative 3. Those are negative 4 and 1. So put each of those on top of the a value. What was the a value? 2. And reduce if we can. So this one can reduce to negative 2 over 1. Now put our x's in. And our factors for the numerator are x minus 2 and 2x plus 1. Now we just need to get our denominator, which is x squared minus 5x plus 6. So let's see, big X. Top will be a times c, which is 6. Bottom is b, which is negative 5. Numbers that multiply to get 6, add to get negative 5. Let's see, they have to multiply to get a positive number, so they probably both need to be negative. So how about negative 3 and negative 2? Our a value this time is a 1 again, no reduction needed. So our factors are x minus 3 and x minus 2. All right, if you want to, you can go ahead and do the restrictions on the variable here before you start marking stuff out. So that would be that x minus 3 can't equal 0, x minus 2 can't equal 0. So x can't equal positive 3, and x can't equal positive 2. Now we can cancel up here, x minus 2 and x minus 2. So our answer is 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. X cannot equal 3 or 2. Now, I want to show you another example that you might have things similar to this on your homework. It'll just be quick. Okay, so looking at this, what is negative 27 divided by 9? Negative 3. What is x cubed divided by x to the 4th? Well, think about it. You have 3 x's on top and 4 on bottom. So 3 of them cancel with 3 of the 4, so there's 1 left. So 1x on bottom, and then our y's completely cancel. So they're gone. So this is the simplified form. Now we need to do restrictions on the variable. So the denominator cannot equal 0. So separate it out into factors. 9 can't equal 0. Well, duh. Okay, we don't need to worry about that one. Now, x to the fourth can't equal 0, and y can't equal 0. So here we'll take the fourth root of x and fourth root of 0, which is just 0. So the restrictions that go with our simplified answer are that x can't be 0 and y can't be 0. I just wanted to show you an example of ones that did not have parentheses. All right, let's go to the back. We are going to skip this example. Congratulations. Let's go down here to where we're multiplying. Still, the name of the game today is factor. Factor and cancel. Factor and cancel. All right? So, we are going to multiply two fractions together. We need to factor each part of it. So, I'm going to start with the first numerator and factor it. So let's see, that's 2 times 3 gives us 6 on the top, and then 7 in the bottom. Numbers that multiply to get 6, add to get 7 are 6 and 1. My denominator is my a value, which is 2. I can reduce this one to 3 over 1, put my x's in there. So my factors for that one are x plus 3 and 2x plus 1. Okay, now I'm going to do the bottom one. Oh, look, the bottom one, it's already factored. There's nothing we can do to that. No greatest common factor between them. It's just very simplified, so I'm going to go ahead and write it underneath. All right, now let me do the next one, x squared minus 16. Which term is missing out of this? The x term. There's no x term here. So b is missing. So b will be 0, and then a times c will be negative 16. So what multiplies to get negative 16 adds to get 0? Negative 4 times positive 4. So we'll have negative 4 over 1 and 4 over 1. Those don't reduce. So our factors for the other numerator are x minus 4 and x plus 4. Now we just need that last denominator. So I'm going to zoom back in. X squared plus 8x plus 15. Top of the x is 15, bottom is 8. Numbers that multiply to get 15, add to get 8 are 5 and 3. So 5 over 1x and 3 over 1x. So my factors are x plus 5 and x plus 3. Pause this if I'm going too fast. All right, let's go ahead and do our restrictions on the variable, our points of discontinuity. So x minus 4 cannot equal 0. X plus 5 cannot equal 0. X plus 3 cannot equal 0. So x can't be 4. X can't be negative 5. X can't be negative 3. So we have 3 restrictions. Now let's cancel. Let's see, x plus 3 and x plus 3. X minus 4 and x minus 4. So on top, we will have 2x plus 1 times x plus 4 divided by x plus 5, and my restrictions are x can't equal 4, negative 5, or negative 3. Pre-AP classes, on your homework and on your tests, I want you to go ahead and FOIL this out and simplify it completely, no parentheses. All right, one more example. We're going to divide. This one's already factored for us. Yay, we get to skip some steps. Now, to divide fractions, you actually multiply by the reciprocal of the second one. So we are going to flip this over. So that'll look like x minus 4 divided by 3x plus 2 times x minus 2 times flipped fraction x minus 2, 7y minus 5, and 5 times x minus 4 on the bottom. If you want to, go ahead and put this other numerator in parentheses, just so you can see it. So remember, when you multiply fractions, it's like it's one big fraction. So we can cancel 1 there and there. So our simplified version will be 7y minus 5 divided by 5 times 3x plus 2. And again, in the pre-AP classes, I'm going to want you to go ahead and distribute that. Now, restrictions on the variable. Anything that was ever a denominator, we need to figure out restrictions for it. So that includes this up here. This down here, this down here, and this down here. Constant numbers like 5, they obviously don't equal 0, so we don't have to worry about those. But we need to worry about all the other ones. So x minus 2 cannot equal 0. 7y minus 5 cannot equal 0. 3x plus 2 cannot equal 0. X minus 2 can't equal 0. We already wrote that down. Don't have to do it again. And then x minus 4 cannot equal 0. So we're going to have 4 different restrictions, probably. All right, so let's figure out those. That one will be x can't equal 2. This one will be x can't equal 4. Now these others two, we're going to have to do some work. So add 5. So 7y cannot equal 5. Divide by 7, divide by 7. Y cannot equal 5 over 7. Subtract 2, subtract 2. 3x can't equal negative 2. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X cannot equal negative 2 over 3. So there are 4 different restrictions. 3 of them go with x. And 1 of them goes with y. And that's the end of the notes.